So we are going to find out the value of K same way. The K, the graphical representation, and the half-life period for the first order reaction now. Now for the first order reaction. First order reaction. So whenever I am saying first order reaction means what? First order reaction means we are talking of what? We are talking of the rate law or rate expression where the concentration of the reactant is raised to the power 1. Right? Okay. So same way we are going to write. So can I write down the rate expression for the first order reaction as we had done for the zero order reaction? Minus dr dt, that is rate minus dr dt should be equal to, starting from here on the straight way, for the reaction of obviously reactant to product. And what is the difference? The difference is this is first order reaction. In initial, we took a general equation where it was zero order reaction. Now we are taking it for a first order reaction. So minus dr dt is equal to K into concentration of the reactant to the power 1. Whenever I am writing to the power 1 means what? Whenever I am writing to the power 1 means we are talking of the first order reaction. That's the rate expression for the first order reaction. Okay. I told, again I am saying you that this much is your chemical knowledge. Chemical knowledge means chemical concept. Okay. That how to write down the rate expression for a first order reaction. We wrote it. Now from here we are going to derive the value of K, derive the expression of K. Okay. That is, as I told, little bit of mathematics. Okay. So what we are going to do over here? Simple. Minus this R we are going to bring it this side. So 1 by concentration R. 1 by concentration R dr equal to, we can write it as K dt. Can write it minus 1 by R D concentration 1 by concentration R dr equal to K dt, just by rearranging it. Now integrating, right? Integrating both sides. As I told you, do with me and practice. But that's all. Okay. Integrating both sides. Integrating both sides, we get minus integration 1 by R dr equal to integration K dt. Okay. Now, as I told, just few formulas you have to know. Now we must know that integration of 1 by x dx, integration of 1 by x dx equal to ln x. In mathematics you write log x, but log x is actually to the base e. Okay. And log x to the base e is specifically represented by ln x. So we are going to write it as ln x. We had already had the idea of what is ln and what is log. So this is ln x. So if I integrate it, minus 1 by r dr means ln r. Okay. So obviously that will be minus ln r equal to, this K again is coming out of the integration. So K into integration dt means t we know, plus some integration constant. Plus some integration constant as we had done. Just one formula is different, but that's all. Okay. So plus I, what is that I? I is nothing but the integration constant. I is nothing but the integration constant. Now the next step we had done is that we calculated the value of I by putting some condition. We will put the same condition and get the value of I. What is the condition we are going to put? At t is equal to 0. That means initially whatever condition we put in the previous case, the same condition we are going to put. At t is equal to 0, concentration of R is nothing but, we represent it by R0, that is initial concentration of the reactant. Concentration of R is equal to R0. Okay. Therefore, from this equation, give this equation a number. Suppose number A. So if this is number A, now put this condition in the number A. Putting this condition, right? Putting this condition in equation number A. Putting this condition in equation number A. We get. What do we get? Minus ln. What is this now? R0. R is nothing but R0. And what is t? T is nothing but 0. So minus ln R0 is equal to what? Is equal to I. That was our intention. Our intention was to get the value of, the integration constant, and we got it. We finally found it, the integration constant value. Okay. Now next line we write, putting the value of integration constant, in equation 1. putting the value of integration constant in equation A, sorry, not 1, in equation A, we get, now we are going to put the value of I in equation A. Let us see what we are going to get. So if we put the value of I in equation A, we are going to get minus ln R equal to kt minus ln R0. In place of I, we are just writing R minus ln R0, nothing else. Okay, so that is the equation we are going to get. So our intention is to find out the expression for k. So can I write, just by rearranging, can I write kt equal to, this will come this side, so it is ln R0 minus ln R. Just by rearrangement we can write it, kt is equal to ln R0 minus ln R. Now this formula already you know, that log A minus log B equal to log A by B. So exactly the same will be applicable for here. So ln R0 minus ln R equal to, can I write it as ln concentration R0 divided by concentration R. When I am doing, when you are doing, again I am saying, when you are doing with me, it seems very easy. Actually it is easy, okay, but you need, as I told, just few practices, okay, to get it perfect. Okay, so please do that. So equal to, now if I just convert into the arithmetical logarithm, ln into arithmetical logarithm, we know this also, that has to be multiplied by 2.303, okay. So it will be 2.303 log of concentration R0 by concentration R, that is kt, okay. Our intention was to find out the expression for k. So k is equal to what? So k is equal to 2.303 divided by t, this t is coming this side, log of concentration of R0 minus divided by concentration of R. Yes. Is it the value? Is it the expression for k? Is it the expression for k? That's the expression for k. Okay, that's the expression for k for the first order reaction. Okay, now this equation you give another number, that is number b, because from this equation we will get it graphical representation of it. So this is the first thing. What we did is that for the first order reaction we found out the expression for k. Okay, now graphical representation of the first order reaction. Graphical representation of the first order reaction is the next one. Graphical representation of the first order reaction. Right, from equation B, we can write, or you can write this as equation B, not this one, the previous one. The previous one, that will be easier for you. The previous one, this one as equation B. From equation B, we can write by multiplying both sides by -1. By multiplying both sides by -1. Multiplying both sides by -1. What can you write? ln R equal to minus kt plus ln R0. Can I write it? Yes, ln R equal to minus kt plus ln R0. We can write down this value. We can write down this equation. Now again, in the same way, we are going to plot y and x. Let us see. I taught you yesterday the same thing, exactly the same thing. So here we are plotting y. What is y? Y is nothing but ln R. Y is nothing but ln R. Okay. Then what is x? X is nothing but time. So we are plotting ln R versus time. ln R versus time. So what is minus k? Minus k is nothing but m. Minus k is nothing but m, and that is the slope of the curve. Okay. Plus what is this? C. C is the intercept of it. So what we are plotting? What we are plotting? We are plotting ln R versus t. We are plotting ln R versus time. Okay. And obviously if we plot, so we are going to get a straight line. and the slope of the straight line is negative. I talked about this yesterday. Slope of this is negative. Okay, so negative slope means we are going to get a straight line like this. Okay, but in the previous case, in case of zero order reaction, we plotted concentration R by T. Now we are plotting concentration ln R by T. And why are we doing so? Hope you understood that, just to obtain the straight line whose slope. Now again, I told you yesterday how to calculate. We are going to draw a right angle triangle. The perpendicular by base of this will give us the value of the slope, and that slope is nothing but minus k. That slope is nothing but minus k. So if we know the slope, we can find out the value of k. Okay, fine. So k is known. Okay, so k can be graphically also calculated by plotting ln R versus t. And if we extrapolate it, we are going to get what? We are going to get ln R0. ln R0. What is ln R0? It is ln the concentration of the reactant initially. Okay, that means when time t is equal to z and t is equal to 0, when time t is equal to 0, whatever is the value of ln R, that is ln R0. That is ln R0. That is time t is equal to 0, the concentration of the reactant is R0. So it's nothing but the intercept is nothing but ln R0. That's the graphical representation. That's the second thing, the graphical representation. And the third one, as usual, again we are going to do the half-life period. Now what is half-life period? Already we know, so I am not going to discuss it anymore. Since you know already what is half-life period, I am just going to write mathematically what is half-life period. At t is equal to t half, at t is equal to t half, I am just writing the mathematical definition of half-life period. Concentration of R equal to concentration of R0 divided by 2, that is half-life period. At t is equal to t half, that means half-life period में reactant's concentration becomes half of its initial concentration. That's half-life period. That's exactly half-life period. Okay. Now putting this condition, right? Putting this condition in this equation, just to give an equation number 1, suppose. Okay. Putting this condition in equation 1, where the expression of k we got. Okay. Now we are going to find out the expression for t half. Putting this condition in equation number 1, what we get? K equal to 2.303 divided by t is nothing but t half. T is nothing but t half log concentration of R0 divided by concentration of R is nothing but concentration R0 by 2. So that is nothing but concentration R0 divided by 2. Yes, simple, just very simple simplification. Okay, all of you can practice just twice, you will be perfect. Okay, so I'm just putting the values, just to know what is the concept of half-life period. Knowing the concept of half-life period, I'm just putting the value in the equation, nothing else I am doing. Okay, so if I do so, what we are going to get? We are going to get k equal to 2.303 by t half into log of, what is this? Log nothing but 2 R0 into 2 by R0. So R0 will be cancelled out. So it is nothing but log 2. Okay. The value of log 2, that value obviously you can get it in from the log table. You have to know the log table. Okay. So the log table values will be given. In this case, if you do some numericals now, if I tell you to do some numericals, the log values I will give you, but when we will meet, I will teach you how to see the log table if you don't know. Okay, fine. So because you have to check the log table for different calculations, because the calculators are not allowed in your examination. So k is equal to, can I write k is equal to 2.303 by t half. Now the value of log 2 is 0.301. Okay, the value of log 2 is, it's not that I remembered it, I know this value for doing so many times, and you don't have to remember at all. Okay, so just know that this value is, so this value log 2 value we know, and that is 0.301. So if we multiply this 2.303 into 0.301, we are going to get 0.693. Just we are going to get this is divided by T half. 0.693 divided by T half equal to K. Equal to K. Okay. So T half is equal to what? Our intention is to find out the value of T half, or the expression for T half. So can I write T half equal to so T half will come here, K will come there. Okay. So 0.693 divided by K. T half for the first order reaction is 0.693 divided by K. Okay. We got the value of T half. We got the value of T half for the zero order reaction equal to how much? For the zero order reaction, we got the T half equal to concentration of R0 divided by 2K. Did you get it? That is the value we got, and that is why for the zero order reaction, this is for zero order reaction, and that is why we told that T half is directly proportional to concentration of R0. Means the half-life period for the zero order reaction is directly proportional to the initial concentration of the reactant. But in this case you see, T half is equal to 0.693 by K. 0.693 is also constant, K is also constant. So this value is constant for a particular reaction. This value, obviously K differs from reaction to reaction, but it is constant for a particular reaction. So this is constant for a particular reaction at a particular condition. And does it depend on any concentration of the reactant? Certainly not. Okay, so that is again a common question, and final line you can write that the half-life period of the first order reaction, does not depend on initial concentration of the reactant. One more thing about first order reaction I must tell, and very important thing, because some numericals you have to do by obeying that particular concept. Okay, that any nuclear reaction, it can be the radioactive decay, it can be something else also. Okay, any nuclear reaction, all of you know what is nuclear reaction. Okay, radiocarbon dating, radioactive decay, whatever. Okay, any nuclear reaction which is not involved the electrons, okay, just the nucleus is involved, radioactive reactions. Okay, any nuclear reactions follow the first order kinetics. That means anywhere the radioactive reactions are given, or the nuclear reactions are given, if the order is not mentioned, we know that the order is what? The order is 1. So that's a very important thing I am telling, that any nuclear reaction, any nuclear or radioactive reaction follows first order kinetics. First order kinetics means these are all having the order 1, first order kinetics. All the nuclear reactions or radioactive reactions are first order. Okay, now write down a question. We'll solve a question now. Write it down. Calculate. Okay, if first order chemical reaction, right? Similar question as we had done yesterday, but this time just the calculation will be different. If a first order reaction is 25% completed, in 20 minutes. Okay, what will be the time required? For the completion of 60% of it. Also calculate its half-life period. Do it. You have 5 minutes time to do it.